I have two handicapped brothers, and basically what I've learned is that we are all in some way handicapped. Throughout the book, you'll see an underlying belief of mine that is not stated but is there, and that's that we all have a body, certainly, but we all have a spirit or a soul or a conscience, whatever you call it. So who we are is embedded not in the flesh of our bodies or in our brain, but in the spirit, in the soul. And the body is just the conduit with which we have to express ourselves. And some bodies work better than others. Tannen's body, being handicapped, is obviously broken, but the intelligence, the person who he is still inside. To a certain extent, I believe that Tannen is even less handicapped than we are. Perhaps he's more in tune with who he really is than you and I are, because we're so muddled down by this conduit called our body that really doesn't work very well. The conflict of the story comes from a piece of history that we all know as the Holocaust. But one part of the Holocaust that you may not have known is that the National Socialists, the Nazi regime, first honed their murdering skills on the handicapped and the disabled. They tried various forms of euthanasia and eventually landed on the gas chambers, which were disguised as showers. And this was the most efficient form of euthanasia, of this mass murdering that they used on the handicapped, which they believed were life unworthy of life, and something that needed to be removed and taken away and not to be reproduced from. So what I'm really doing in writing this book is metaphorically realigning the synapses of the brain in my brothers' bodies with their spirits, so that their conduit, their bodies, express who they are. And there's an event that happens in the book that you'll have to read about, where they are changed, where the main character is changed from handicapped to fully capable again. But his alignment, his synapses are perfectly aligned. He is able to express who he is and let his true self come through better than perhaps any other human being on the face of the earth, which makes it quite exciting. So he really, in somewhat of a truthful way, could be a superhero, and that's truly what he becomes in the book. Your donation basically gets you a book, or 2 books, or 5 books, or 10 books. And depending upon your donation, it might even get you an author visit to your school, to your business, to your book club. But beyond that, the money will be used for editing and publishing and printing and all that goes into getting a book published. This experiment of me writing a book and sitting in front of a camera and asking you to donate to my cause, to buy a book through your donation, it's an experiment in opposites. I've spent the past 17 years doing business, running a business, working in a business, employing people, selling, doing all of that, worrying about payroll. And the most opposite thing from that I could think of to do once that ended was write a book. And similarly, in the book, probably the most opposite place that one would look to find a true hero is in a handicapped person. And in my heart, I truly believe that some of our society's best people, and still a lot to be learned there, can be found in the handicapped and in the disabled. So what's already happened in the process of writing is my own liberation, I suppose. Perhaps I was handicapped by a 17-year career that wasn't necessarily what I was meant to do here on this earth. and moving in this direction. Metaphorically liberating my brother from his handicap through writing is also liberating me. So I hope you'll want to read this book. I hope you'll see that it's important like I do. And join us. Join us on Kickstarter. We need your help. Thank you.